Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the SV Cruising channel. Today we're going to continue on with the troubleshooting journey that we have on the Honda and figure out why it's misfiring. And I got a little bit of insight on what's going on with this and a little bit of help from family. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. A few days ago, I was working on the other video of the spark plug gap on this, and while I was working on that video, I got to a point where I had what they call a writer's block, but for mechanic, it's what we call a brain fart. Yeah, that happens. I got stumped. So I get this random text while I'm editing, and it's from my Uncle Steve, and he lives up in Toledo, Ohio. So while he was dropping off a load for his business, he had to drop off a shipment down to Laredo, Texas. Well, he's in the same state and he has to pass by here, so he swung by Houston to pay a visit for a couple days. And while he was here, I asked him if he can, take a look at the bike and see if he can see something I'm missing. So he said, sure, come here, ran his test, and then after he let it run for a little bit, put his hands near the back pipes to feel the rhythm of the exhaust. And he said the two top pipes are smooth, but he can feel misfires in the two bottom ones. So, well, the two bottom ones are connected to the two front cylinders. Two front cylinders are connected to the front coil. Well, that's good. That might just be my culprit. Well, that's good. I'm liking that. That means I won't have to dish out $300 for a CDI box if that's the case. So, what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to take this coil and move it back here and the one on the back, move it to the front. I'm just going to swap them and see if I can recreate the conditions that are currently happening in the bottom cylinders and move them to the top cylinders. If that's the case, that'll let me know I got a bad coil. Hey, I'm all right with that. Buying a new coil is way cheaper than a new CDI box, I'm just saying. So, the easiest way to get to this, it looks like there's two 10mm bolts that hold it onto the bracket, and you got to unplug them. Easy way to get to this, there's two bolts, well, there's 3 bolts total for the radiator, so you got to take 2 off the bottom and 1 off the top, just lay it to the side and access the coil. Pull it out, swap them, and then fire the bike up and see what happens. So that's what we're going to do tonight, is I'm going to try to recreate move the conditions that are occurring in the front and move them to the back and see if my coil is the culprit. Now, if that's the case, that means my Uncle Steve, once again, is notorious and right. Oh man, I appreciate him coming by here. I mean, it couldn't have been a better time. It really couldn't have been. I greatly appreciate you coming by, Steve. It really helped me out. And if that turns out to be our culprit, then brother man, I owe you a 6-pack. I really do. So anyway, let me go ahead and get my tools together, swap out these coils, and get right to work. Alright, so let me be clear about this. You can't drop it out from underneath because something's stopping it. There's something right in the way. You got to pull it out from this side here, this little cavity here. These two connections up top, I'm just checking them. They are clean. They are super shiny. Now this here is your ground for the coils. They don't look that healthy, honestly. I'm looking at some rust inside there, not good. But this metal piece here is a form of a ground, but I personally think that this is a bad ground. Look at that. Look at that rust. That right there could cause misfire. It could. But we're going to continue on. But this was a booger to get out. It really was. I'm going to clean it up, clean up the contacts, and continue swapping them. But yeah, whenever you go to pull this stuff out, it's a pain in the ass. You got to use the little one, a little wrench. It is a 10 millimeter, but you got to use the small one in order to get into this little area here, because this does not want to cooperate. Can't use a fat socket. You have to use this one. That's the only way to get it out. So, and there's really no room to work in there either. All right, time to move to the back. Alright, so what I've done is I've taken the coils off, and I took the wires off, because these wires are molded for the front, and those wires, this one here, is molded for the back over here. So I'm going to leave those wires alone. But I took this coil was the one that was on the front, and that coil is the one that was on the back. So now I'm going to go ahead and reverse what I've done after taking everything off. I'm going to put it back on. And then the next shot that you guys are going to see is everything fully reassembled and ready to start the bike and hope for the best. So let's see how things go. I'm not going to do a time lapse or anything. You guys already get the picture. Just know that's what I'm doing. So that coil is going to go back up here. That coil is going to go up here. This one came from the back and this one came from the front.
2 hours later.
Alright, so now I got the coil installed. I got this good. I got this coil installed. That's good. I buttoned everything up. So really the only thing left to do is to fire it up, and we're going to see if we got misfires. And if so, where? Let's pull the choke out. And go. Come on. I really gotta fix this, guys. Okay. Yeah, I can hear the misfire.
Oh, come on!
I got a misfire here. Damn. I got a misfire here. So both of this, I'm getting misfires. I'm getting it up here. That's about it. I mean, I can feel it on all 4 of the cylinders. I don't understand that. So the only thing what I could see being the problem now is that damn CDI box. That is not what I wanted. Huh. That's weird. Yeah, you're gonna hear it misfiring though. Alright, well that pretty much continues to disappoint. So, well, since I've already changed out the coils, I'm still getting the same results, and it's actually in all the cylinders now. Before it was more in the bottom cylinders, which are the front half, but I'm still getting misfires in all of them. So this is pretty much pointing the finger at the CDI box, which I'm really not too happy about at this point, but you know what, it is what it is. I may end up having to just settle with that, but it's whatever. I guess I'll just handle it and take care of it. Well, I guess if you guys happen to like the content of this video, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel.
Just do it!
I think the next thing I'll end up doing is I'm going to stop with the misfire stuff on here, and I'm actually going to go ahead and change out the handlebars and stuff, so I don't have to keep messing with that up there. I guess until next time, you guys take it easy. I love you. Bye.